What's up, y'all? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Now today, we're here in Marina Del Rey. We're at a brand new gym called Primal Moves. So I'm gonna be with a special guest. We're gonna be doing a collab video and showing you guys exactly how to get your first handstand push-up with the right progressions, the right steps, and the right exercises. All right, so let's go. We're here inside Primal Moves, and right now they have a class going on. So it's kind of cool because some of these athletes or instructors, they actually perform like at Cirque du Soleil or some of the main hotels in Vegas, the ones that do a lot of like the shows and stuff. So it's kind of cool to see some of them here. You're gonna meet one of the guys that I'm gonna be doing collab with. So, but this is some of their classes. Here at Primal Moves, they have like different classes. So if you want to do weightlifting, if you want to focus on just like a handstand workshop per se, they got them here. So if you guys are ever in LA, this is a spot to be at. All right, so. All right, y'all, we're here at Primal Moves, and we got the man of the hour. We got Travis Brewer. If you guys don't know who he is, he's an American Ninja Warrior finalist, handstand specialist, really like magnificent on balance. Today, we're basically gonna show you guys some tips, some tricks, some progression moves, and some exercises to help you guys get a freestanding handstand push-up. All right, so yeah, is there anything you want to say as far as, actually I wanted to ask you this. What are some 3 mistakes people make when they're trying to hold the balance or a handstand?
First off, thanks for the intro.
Yeah.
Super glad to have you, man. Known you for years, and it's really cool to collaborate. So,
yeah, it's great. Oh, sorry to butt in. So I actually met this. I met this guy in 2022, but even before that, it was 2013. You used to do the Battle of the Bars.
Yeah.
So for a lot of you guys that don't know the Battle of the Bars, you want to like explain like what it was, because for a lot of people.
Yeah, so it's a calisthenic competition. So almost think like gymnastics and breakdancing had like a baby, and they have these freestyle competitions where you kind of battle back and forth. And then what really makes it awesome is that you're kind of doing a freestyle transition. So unlike gymnastics where you have a set sequence that you get judged on, like this is kind of more like strength and creativity combined, and so it's really cool. You kind of feed off the energy of the crowd and also kind of create a flow. So often if someone does something, you might want to do it and then one-up it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's like really cool. There's a lot of creative freedom in that style of calisthenics in the competition, and then it's really cool. It's a head-on-head. You know, think of it like UFC where it's just one-on-one. Yeah. And then you have like 3 rounds, and you kind of go back and forth. And it was really cool. It was like emerging sport in like 2013, 2012, and had the honor to be in a couple of the Battle of the Bars and win one, which was a huge honor. So. Yeah.
And guess what? It's 2026, and this guy's still doing it.
Yeah, it's true.
We're still doing it. You know, we've been doing this for a long time, so like we know the benefits of doing bodyweight training or calisthenics and how it can promote a lot more longevity, you know, especially for you guys out there that are trying to, you know, get lean, get functionally stronger. I mean, now you're learning from some of your best athletes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so what we're gonna start off with, guys, is I'm gonna give my input as far as like, you know, coming from like the strength side, because for me, when I was able to do handstand push-ups, I had the strength, right? And we're gonna talk about it on his end, where he's gonna talk a little bit more on how he's learned it, aside from strength, which is gonna be a lot more on total body control and balance. Because when it comes to balance, man, this guy's on another level. So he's gonna give you guys his tips and tricks, his advice. So let's see.
Yeah.
All right, but before we get started, he's gonna explain to you guys like 3 fundamentals that's gonna help you get a handstand, and even a handstand push-up.
The 3 basic fundamentals for a handstand push-up. It's gonna sound silly, but it's helpful to have a handstand, it's helpful to have a push-up, and it's not being afraid to fall over or not be afraid to fall, right? And so with that, taking a layer higher is just finding that balance. So being comfortable with balance and being able to comfortably come out of the handstand push-up or the handstand in general. Because if you're not afraid to fall out of your handstand, then you'll be more confident in your handstand push-up.
That's so true. It sounds cliche, but that's facts right there.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so I'm gonna show you the 3 progressions that I've learned on how to do a handstand push-up. All right, so the first one is going to be basically before you even start doing a handstand push-up or any type of handstand exercises, you want to properly warm up. So mobility is one of the factors. So for me, when I first learned how to do it, these are just proper warm-ups for the wrist tendons. So I used to do a lot of these. I still do actually, especially on my push days. Warm up the wrist tendons, and then I'll switch over to this right here, okay? So each one I'll do about 30 seconds just to loosen up the areas. That's gonna put a lot of stress on my wrist tendons when I'm upside down, all right? We'll go in the circular motion here. What do you think on these, Travis? Do you think this has helped you, especially with like holding it? Or this guy is crazy. Sometimes, like, I got here and I told my wife, like, this guy is known for like handstand, and he went straight into a handstand without even warming up. Like
Well, I would love to say, first off, my gratitude alarm is going off. I have a daily gratitude alarm that goes off at 3:14. Pi is the number 3.14. And so this is a daily reminder that there's always an opportunity to have gratitude. And I want to say thank you so much for
Oh, damn, I appreciate that, man. I like that.
Yeah, really grateful not only for you, man, but I like to ask, what are you grateful for?
Man, I'm just grateful for, like, you know, loved ones. Because you think about it, like, if you don't have anyone around you that supports you in what you do, like, I don't know, it just doesn't, it feels empty.
Yeah.
It feels like there's no point of life. Like, so that's, for me, I'm just grateful for, you know, people that support me throughout my, you know, my life. You, my wife, family, friends. So that's something I'm like, that's like my top priority for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, anyone watching, I hope that you give some gratitude not only to yourself, but maybe someone around you that might need it today.
Yeah,
so
hell yeah, for sure.
Spread that energy. And the wrist warm-ups that you're doing, we actually do every day here in our sequence. We do the primal movement sequence. We do 30-35 minutes of movement on the floor. We do about 8 to 10 minutes of bar work, and then we finish with conditioning. And in between each set on the bar, we actually do these exact warm-ups or like stretching our tendons. So it's like really helpful. I do this every day.
Yeah, hell yes, vital. So this is so warming up, right? Wrists, shoulders. I mean, I'll do arm circles as well. Yeah, but the main one for me is, I think it's the wrists.
Yeah, totally. Another one I really like is strengthening the wrist. So lifting your palm off the ground, but keeping your knuckles and fingers on. So coming up and down like this. Really strengthening that wrist up and down. I find that one really helpful too.
Oh, so with this one, do you keep the wrist straight or you bend it like how I'm doing it?
You want to come up, lean back a little bit, and think about bringing the wrist up as high as you can, but your knuckles stay on the ground.
Ooh, what?
Yeah. Feel
interesting,
that?
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
You're strengthening your extensors, which is like the opposite. So like these muscles out here, strengthening those to basically help, because we do so much of this all the time, right?
Yeah.
So this is strengthening the opposite.
Nice. Oh yeah.
It's not only a stretch, but it's a strengthen as well.
The strength, huh? Hell yeah, I like those ones.
Yeah.
What do you call these ones?
Yeah, I don't have a great name for them.
Do you feel it right here too?
Totally.
Yeah, that's where I feel it. So warming up, guys, is one of the key factors before you start doing the handstand, all right? The second progression I started off with was pike push-ups. So I started doing this progression. I used to start off with a decline, but I was like, you know what, this is too easy. And for me, the pike push-up, it really put a lot of pressure, good pressure on my shoulders, especially my traps, because essentially when you're doing a handstand push-up, it puts a lot of tension and activation on those areas. So it's really good to really strengthen those muscle targets, all right? So for me, or when we do a pike push-up, you wanna think about tilting your butt up to the ground, and you're upside down. So your torso, head, and your wrist is upside down like this, all right? And you're just lowering your body into a push-up.
Nice.
I started doing like 10 reps of these. It's like doing 50 regular push-ups. You wanna give it a try. But what's your thoughts on like pike push-ups?
Yeah.
Is there like a way that you probably do it differently, or?
Yeah, so it's so funny you're asking me like the 3 progressions, and it's a handstand, it's a push-up, and then your balance or learning how to fall out. So this is how I would level up my push-up, right? Push-up on the ground is important, but the next evolution is the pike push-up. And so what you did was really great. It's again getting hips over your shoulders, which are over your wrists, which is super important. So you did such a good job of finding that position here, pushing down and back up.
Yeah.
I think what's a way to level it up is you even could bring a foot to the sky and start comfortable coming up and back down.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
And it's interesting too when you have one leg up, because now you have to really balance it with like one side of your external obliques, right?
Exactly. Now
like
you're activating your core, you're activating your shoulders. It's a great progression to what a handstand push-up is going to feel like, but the safety of still keeping a toe on a bench, right? So you're still not fully vertical yet, but you're making it that much harder.
Yeah, you're having the form.
So it's a really good progression of like, hey, if I'm feeling comfortable, or maybe I'm knocking out 5 to 10 of the normal ones that you did, this is a way to level it up. Maybe I can only do 3 of those.
Yeah.
But work your way up to more. So that's way, it's a good progression for the full.
My question too, Travis, is like when you're doing this, right? Especially when you like hold these classes on people wanting to learn this movement, is there like a rep range that you normally have someone do before they progress into like the harder or the next progression over?
Good question. I'm not like, I don't think you really need to do more than 10. I'm really more of like quality over quantity, but especially with the handstand push-up, like being able to do even 1 is tough, right? So I think it's really important to be able to, if you can only do 1 handstand push-up, then you should definitely be able to do like 3 to 5 pike ones for sure, because it's exponentially harder when you're like freestanding. So that's why I recommend like 1 foot in the air, because you'll feel like if you could do 10 with 2 feet on the bench, you probably can only do 5 with a foot in the air.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so,
right.
And then it's going to be even lower with both feet in the air, right?
Yeah.
So getting comfortable, and the best way to do that is like checkpoints of points of contact. Yeah. And your rep.
Yeah, I like those. I've never thought about the single leg pike push-ups.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna take that for you and actually incorporate it. So, all right, one of the other progressions that I think everyone starts off, aside from like the pike push-ups, is gonna be against the wall. All right, there's gonna be kind of like your support, your invisible support. You kind of wanna, this is gonna help you mimic the freestanding. All right, it's gonna help you build the strength, the control, as well as the balance. All right, so for me, when I first started off, I started off the way that a lot of gymnasts don't like people doing it, is back against the wall. All right, so I start off this way. Have my hands a few inches off the ground. All right, keeping your core tight. Everything is extended from the feet to the wrists. I'll probably hold this for, when I first started off, it was like 30 to 60 seconds. But from what I've heard, they say the best way to actually learn it is to have your chest or this part up against the wall. All right, so how about you, Travis? How did you first learn, or what was the proper way that you've learned it, I guess?
So we teach handstands here at Primal, and actually we have a similar philosophy. Do back against the wall first to feel comfortable going up, because it's easier to just pike and come back down. But for form and like longevity, we really want you to focus on belly on the wall, because that can help you really find that alignment, and also getting comfortable, like we said, being able to fall out and how to fall out comfortably and not being afraid to fall. This is going to help achieve both goals. Yeah.
So you have 2 variations, guys. All right, 1 for safety and then 1 to really perfect the form and technique or the alignment of the body. So handstand holds against the wall. And then for me, like after like doing, so the way I've learned it, Travis, was I did like 3 sets. Yeah. I was like, okay, let me do 3 sets. Each rep, or each set's gonna be about 60 seconds. If I could hold 60 seconds, hold on the wall 3 times, then I could progress into handstand push-ups against the wall. So that was the next thing that helped me progress into, getting a strong handstand push-up. So I would have my head touch the floor, because that's 90 degrees, right? So I'll do about 10 to 12 of these. So 3 sets 10 to 12. And then after hitting 3 sets of 10 to 12 handstand push-ups against the wall, I was like, all right, let me try it out freestanding. So that's no support, no wall, no chairs, no bench, no nothing. Then that's when I was able to hit the handstand push-up and start doing, that's the way I've learned it. All right, so how about you, Travis? What was like your progressions?
Yeah, same thing, handstand push-ups against the wall. Like,
okay.
Getting really comfortable with the pike is a really good progression as well. And if you don't have a bench, for example, you also can make a pike with the wall, right? So this is also a pike. And you even can work on
this side, on the angle. Yeah.
This is the same thing as a bench basically, right? You can start working here and coming back up, or like we were talking about with the leg up. This is a similar motion. In case you don't have a bench or a table or a box,
right.
You use the wall.
Woo. There you go, guys. These are some progressions. And I wanted to ask you, Travis, because like your balance is like, it's crazy. Like it doesn't compare to a lot of like, calisthenic athletes that I've, witnessed in person per se. So I wanted to ask you, what are some ways that you're able to hold a balance after learning this? Was it like just repetition, or was it like certain exercises that you still do that it's something that's not common as far as learning per se?
Yeah, I'd say two things. One, at the end of the day, like walking on a slack line, have you ever walked on it? I've never met anyone who walked on a slack line and immediately was like really great at it. It takes a lot of time. So there's like a 10,000 hour rule that comes to finding like balance on a slack line, and same thing for a handstand. It takes a lot of time and getting comfortable doing that. On that second front, also, not only is it a 10,000 hour rule in terms of just getting more comfortable in your handstand, but things like alignment are really important, strength are really important, but one that doesn't get talked about very much is actually the mindset, right? The fear. Being afraid to fall out sometimes can be a limiting factor no matter how strong or how mobile or how aligned you are. And so getting really comfortable with how to fall, how to have an exit plan that is safe.
Right.
Whether you are on carpet or you are on concrete, is also a mindset game. So I think that for me, I feel really comfortable falling out and being able to kind of be like a cat and land on my hands or my feet. And that's been really helpful for me to achieve like higher level extreme skills of balance that people are like, well, how would you do that? For example, I do chair stacking where I'll be up like 20 feet up in the air, and they're like, why would you ever do that? I was like, I actually train, each level, feeling comfortable, and then continue to go up. And if I was going to be doing a handstand on the edge of the Grand Canyon or a building, also knowing that I feel so comfortable in my handstand push-up and so comfortable in my pike press down and back up that I know that I can always, if something is going to go wrong, I can always drop down into a push-up and go back up, right?
Got it.
But
Makes
if
sense.
you don't have that control and confidence in a handstand push-up, it's going to be extremely dangerous if I'm just walking out and I just banana over.
Right.
And so that's kind of like my cheat code to try higher level balance skills.
You know what's crazy? I wanted to add into that because now that I think about it, I've seen you the way that you've never banana back. Like this guy, when we used to collab back in the last time I seen him was in 2022. We collabed at that other gym in Venice, and I remember there's this big tire. It's probably the height. Do you remember that tire that was? The tire was literally probably up to this blue thing, I think. And you did a handstand on top of it.
I did,
And I remember he didn't banana back getting off of it. You went into a slow eccentric handstand. So that makes sense. But even then though, doing it at the Grand Canyon, you've done that at other crazy places. What's another place that you've done the craziest handstand, push-up or handstand hold?
Yeah, the Grand Canyon is one of my favorites.
You did it at the edge, right?
Yeah, I did the edge. Horseshoe Bend is really cool.
we were just there.
That was a joy. But people always say what was the most dangerous handstand I've ever done, and to be honest, I was in Africa once in Ghana, and I did it next to an alligator. That was probably the most dangerous.
Okay, so how can you escape from that, right?
Trust. Make sure they're asleep.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm good at I'm pretty fast handstand walking.
Yeah. So we've talked about it, guys. We've like gave you guys our insight, our tips, tricks, and some of the best ways to learn how to do a handstand or even a handstand push-up. But they want to see it now. They want to see exactly how you're able to hold balance. I mean, yeah, I don't know if you want to like just showcase like probably like on a bench or something, or just like a regular handstand.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. This is Travis showing you guys how a handstand is actually done. Let's go.
So handstand push-up, what we're working on, like a level 1 handstand push-up would just be something on the ground. Like we talked about using the box here, bringing our leg up, and once we find that balance point, coming down and back up.
Nice.
What I'm focusing on there is I have a slight lean forward. You're not going to be completely vertical. I'm actually coming at it at a slight angle like this and back up, which is really important because you don't really want to be falling over this way. So it's a slight tilt of the hips as you come down and back up. And so that's like, I would say a level 1 handstand push-up. A level 2.
Level 1, that's like my level right there.
A ninja level handstand push-up would be a negative where your head could actually go below the ground or below the box, right? So do you want to show your handstand push-up?
I mean, I can show like a handstand push-up, guys, just so you know I'm not all talk, you know. I'm about to walk too, so I haven't warmed up, but I warmed up my wrist, so it's fine. Let's see if I can still go deep.
Nice, there it is.
Woo!
Nice.
That's without warming up, just my wrist.
Yeah. So just like we're on the ground, like, you know, this is my ground, right? So I'm here, touching the ground, coming back up. To be able to do a negative, you can go past the ground, so.
Oh my God. Yo, I feel like the whole place went completely silent for that right there. Yo, that's what's up, man. Thanks. It's always cool seeing it in person because you see this stuff online or like on TV or in Vegas, but to see it in person is like, man, you actually really, you admire it more because it's like, you know, it's just real and like, yeah, it's just crazy. It looks magnificent.
And the beautiful thing about this practice at Primal, it was designed by a gentleman, Nick Brewer in Ibiza, and it's all for handstand practice and mobility to get into your handstand.
Oh wow,
so
okay.
A lot of that training has really been done to help open up the shoulders, help open up the back, help open up the hips so that you're in alignment, and then doing like frog to tuck handstands, full handstands, and obviously we're really passionate about calisthenics and teaching some of the calisthenic strength that come with the handstand.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, guys, so you got it from a specialist that's done handstands for a long time. I mean, since 2013 from what I've seen, but you've been training a lot longer than that. You said elementary school or something like that?
Oh man, yeah. I played sports in high school. I grew up in Texas, so I played like high school.
Oh, which part of Texas?
Houston.
Ooh,
so
H-Town.
Varsity football, which was fun, and played basketball with my dad's church league, and played state champion soccer, and all I ever wanted to do was play sports. But when I graduated, there's really no like CrossFit games or high rocks.
That never happened. None of that stuff happened.
So I went into real estate. I was like, oh man, maybe I'll open up a gym or open up like a wellness studio. And but the market crashed in 2008-09, and so I went back and started my own apparel company and just got really into wellness and fitness. And and that's when I started going to Muscle Beach, and Muscle Beach, Santa Monica, and Venice kind of changed my life. And to meet all the calisthenic crew, and then end up on Ninja Warrior, and then everything just kind of snowballed from there. And so it's just a dream, like to have a second chance at life and become an athlete again in my 30s, which I never thought would happen.
No, that's wild. Yeah. And guys, like we're still doing this, like the calisthenics, the handstand push-ups, and there is longevity in this.
Totally.
What would you say? Well, I guess my question is, what's one advice you can give someone? Like in the channel.
Honestly, the advice that I would give for you, especially for longevity or just for functionality, is like functional strength. And functional strength comes heavily with calisthenics, but also some guided maybe weight training as well, kind of that hybrid athlete. But to be able to control your weight, to be able to pull up your own weight literally, but to be able to move it, to be able to squat, to be able to lunge, to be able to push, pull, twist, run, hinge, like to be able to do that with full control is the ultimate dream. And to have control of your body and however you want to move is like, is the ultimate. And like, I'm in my 40s now, and I'm still in the best shape ever. Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah. So like, I mean, like,
oh shit,
I'm still doing the same tricks I was doing at like Battle of the Bars. You know, it's like it's kind of wild. So never stop training, and it really starts with training the mind. That like, hey, as we get older, it's just a number. Just keep training. You know. Yeah,
you guys heard it first. I mean, this guy's already. He said he's 40. I thought he was just 30s.
Yeah.
What the heck? That's wild.
I'm in my 40s now and doing little things. Handstands that I could never do before. Like my one-arm handstand is better than ever. My alignment is better, and like overall strength numbers are the same that it's been, or better than it's ever been. So mobility, I think, is the key to longevity. Being able to have a wider range of movement and then continue to have strength within that is really like what I've been, my hack for longevity. I'm realizing that as I get older too, and movement is medicine, especially as you get older. There's longevity, the functional training, mobility, like he mentioned. It's vital, guys. Yeah. But yeah, so this is us showing you guys how to get your handstand push-up and to give you guys the secrets and the best tips. All right, my name is Alex Aki. You want to introduce your social media, where they can follow you? Yeah, totally. My name is Travis Brewer, or travisbrewer.ninja online. And this is Primal Moves Venice. But we have locations in Ibiza, Barcelona, and Portugal. Oh, what? Yeah, and we're looking to expand eventually to more cities in America. So. That's wild. That's dope, man. Yeah. All right, man. Dope, yo. Thanks, man.